What's poppin', everybody? I don't know why my screen is black, but doesn't matter. Welcome back to the brand new episode of Sherlock. Oh, Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie, Charco Pajo. We back at it on the train. If you haven't watched the previous episode, please go back there and watch it because you won't understand what is happening. But we are really close to finish this game. This episode is gonna be around half an hour long, so just sit down, get your freaking popcorns ready, and let's just turn on the lights, boys, to have the good frame rate on my video. Beautiful. Now we have 60 frame rate. So, if you haven't watched the previous episode, please go back there and watch. Now we have to conclude the investigation. We'll be coming to the end. I need to find out who killed Ratchet. Now we have to find who's the killer, because we found the motive to some degree, because the motive was because he killed what was the name again? The Armstrong's daughter. So yeah, now we have to see the Mr. Schmidt, if you can call it like that, and Mr. Michael, which are the two people who had such a crazy motives to kill Ratchet. I guess he's the one of them.
All that snow.
Are you familiar with the concept of entropy, Monsieur McQueen?
Oh, Mr. Poirot, I didn't see you. Entropy? Randomness in a system or something?
Yes, unpredictability. Even the best laid plans can go astray, thanks to something as simple as...
An unexpected passenger?
perhaps, or snow.
Huh. That didn't really help us though. But bad. Wait. I'm not sure in which room they are though. Book, John Locke, Robert, Mary, Arbitrum, Samuel, Ratchet, he's dead. This one is the one, right? Or I'm tripping, maybe he is, I'm not quite sure. I think it's Antonio Foscarelli. Room 103, and Hector McQueen, 102. Okay, 103, 102, which is really a coincidence because they're basically one to another. So 103, 102. Let's go first to 102 if... Oh! We can't enter it though. Doctor?
Are you all right, Mr. Poirot? And Ms. Locke? Has she had symptoms again?
I didn't mean to disturb you, Doctor. Everything progresses satisfactorily.
Okay. Ooh.
Is a collector, and not surprisingly...
He collects trains. Makes sense. Okay. Anything else we can see? No, okay. So, back to the... I have to see if she made it to the restaurant cart, and then we can go to investigate him. That's, I think, how it's go, but I'm not pretty sure. I have to check it out again. And it's cold in this freaking room. I have to do something about it, but I can't really. So... Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's go to the restaurant room or bar. Restaurant cart, and then see if she made it to the restaurant cart. If she did, I guess you can turn back and see where two of them are. We can have an investigation then. Why is this loading screen taking so long? What the heck? Pojo? Murder on Orient Express, wake up. Wake up, bro. Okay, bar... No evidence, no... Okay.
Good evening, Fräulein Schmidt. May I disturb you for a moment?
You asked so politely, mein Herr, but I do not think I have a choice.
I wanted to let you know that your roommate, Mademoiselle Locke, is awake.
Ah, yes, I'm glad to hear that. I was worried about her. Did she tell you what had happened to her?
Unfortunately, she doesn't remember much, but we found a residue of a sleeping pill in her cup of tea. Since you two were alone together in your room when she drank it, who else but you could have drugged her?
Must I point out I do not make the tea on this train? You should question the conductor or the kitchen staff.
She almost died.
Mademoiselle Locke could have died. Whoever drugged her must not feel any empathy for their fellow human beings, given the dose that Mademoiselle Locke ingested. She was close to death.
Oh my God. What did I do? I didn't hurt her. just have her sleep for a few hours while we had time.
We? Time for what? Time for what, Madame Schmidt?
Uh-huh.
I feel nothing. Nothing. That poor, poor little girl.
Indeed, that poor, poor little girl. Fräulein Schmidt is somehow connected to the Armstrong case.
She is. What should be linked with Mr. Armstrong? The Armstrong's cook, ladies' companion to Sonia Armstrong. Maybe ladies' companion to Sonia Armstrong or Mr. Armstrong's cook could be possibly.
From the truth.
I guess. Nice. Okay.
Et voilà. Fräulein Schmidt, I have a certain reputation for sniffing out.
I am not a murderer.
Forgive me, but I was going to say brilliant chefs. You were the Armstrong family's cook, were you not?
Yes. I was the cook of that lovely, lovely family. I'm sorry, but I must ask you to give me some time to collect myself. It wasn't supposed to be like this. My darling, my poor darling child.
I will give you that time, Fräulein. You have given me much more in exchange. I must check in with my other suspects
To make certain.
I have all the pieces of the puzzle in my
Yeah, Jaco Poirot is amazing. Guys, you have to excuse me for a couple of minutes. I have to go and bring myself a coat because I freaking cold as flip. I don't know what's popping. I'm not sure why the room is not heated up. But give me a couple of moments. I'll be back in a minute, okay? I'm sorry for this. Just pretend I'm here for like 2 minutes, okay? I really apologize. What's up with the heat in my house? Why is it not heating? But for some specific reason, the room is so freaking cold, and I have a freaking crazy like jacket and everything, but it's still cold, so that's why I have my house robe to get me warmed up to some degree, and I'm not sure why, but it's freaking cool. I didn't even open up windows or anything on my PC, but working pretty good. I should have been heated up the room. I don't know. Doesn't matter, but let's proceed further. So, back to the story. We have to interrogate Mr. Michel. Has drugged Mr. Locke's tea before drinking after last night. I need to interrogate her. So, okay, Mr. Michel. Oh, that's the guy. Could he be the one? I don't think he's the one though. Wait, did I miss? I did. Okay, sorry. Ah, she's crying. Oh no, poor child. Whatever, bro. Just give me freaking answers. This guy. Hello there.
Let me get you something, Monsieur Poirot. Everyone is so tense.
Okay, maybe we have to now think about what you're gonna
aperitif
say.
Soon, Monsieur Fauchet, with pleasure, when the matter is resolved.
Okay. Anybody here?
Jean, you've mixed everything up again. Oh, I can't find the coffee liqueur for tonight's dessert.
Okay, I'm not gonna really help you with that. But who's that? I'm looking for somebody. Who is that guy? Am I missing something? Oh, you! Just check on them if they're
You're
okay.
right, Mr. Book. This dessert is delicious. I'm glad we didn't wait for dinner.
I promise the entrée will be superb as well.
Detective Locke, you are recovering well, I see.
Yes, I should be helping with the investigation. Do you know who drugged me?
It is early yet for conclusions. When I return, then we shall see.
Do not worry, Poirot. She is in good hands. Hotaru, Freya, and yours truly are looking after her.
Okay, but I need to find Michel, and I think he's on the other side of the train, so I might be doing something wrong, but we're still gonna talk to them though.
Not now. Not
Okay, sorry, bro.
now. Prepare.
Can we enter the storage room, or we still
Would you
can?
interrupt Michelangelo or Da Vinci?
Hey there, Michelle.
Good evening, Michel. Am I bothering you? You seem stressed.
With everything that's going on, I must admit, it's difficult to be relaxed.
Of course, I understand. Especially since we know that Detective Locke's tea was drugged before it was served to her.
Detective?
Come now, Michel. Surely you would have taken the opportunity to search her things and found her badge. Luckily, she woke up and was finally able to tell us her story.
Otaru boiled the water, Jean made the tea. I just brought it. Sir, it could have been any of the staff.
Your defense is to accuse others?
Oh.
You have a network connection?
No, unfortunately. It's just an automatic reminder to pay my rent. I always forget, and my landlord complains.
Pierre Michel had to be involved in the murder. The drugged tea, his post at the end of the hall, and now I know why I know more than one of those people on the street.
Bro, it was the nanny. I'm assuming Pierre Michel.
Nice.
Armstrong? Ah, Suzanne. Arbitna? No. Edward?
That's the right answer. Think, Poirot.
No, Sirius
You have a good
Hardman.
answer. Brilliant.
Oh. I didn't really get them.
You are the father of Suzanne Moreau, Daisy Armstrong's nanny. My condolences on the death of your wife.
What? But my wife...
Enough lies. Suzanne does not bear your name?
No. Suzanne's mother and I were divorced. Suzanne kept her mother's name.
My most sincere condolences, Monsieur Michel, on the deaths of Suzanne and your wife.
This job, I loved them, but I was never there for them. Then, a year after the divorce, Solange became ill. Suzanne took her to this special hospital in the US. Got that job as Daisy's nanny.
I understand your pain, and the reason that led you to drug Detective Locke.
You really can't hide anything from me.
Many have been foolish enough to try and keep the truth from Hercule Poirot.
Yes, I admit, I drugged the tea. But it was only to keep her quiet, until I could... But she reacted so much to the sleep...
Until we killed
That
the
you
ratchet.
didn't die. To be frank, there is one more thing that puzzled me, but I think I understand now. You have a certain fondness for Monsieur Hardman, no?
Cyrus is a good friend, and I appreciate him a lot, but it's not that. Cyrus was my daughter's fiancé. I almost consider Cyrus as my own son.
Of course, much more is clear now. I have been patient long enough. It is time to go and see what all the commotion is next door.
Yeah, okay.
Monsieur Hardman, excellent. The guards who watch over detectives must have trapped you here.
Why didn't they watch over me? I'm a detective too. I was talking to Michelle about a leaky faucet, and I wanted to go out, but you showed up.
No need to invent some preposterous story.
But really,
Michel has told me everything. You are the fiancé of Suzanne Moreau, his daughter.
Oh. I see.
Surely this is not a big surprise to you.
No. Suzanne was the only woman I ever loved. And I failed her. We got into a spat. It was nothing, but I was too proud to apologize. We weren't speaking at all. Suzanne never really cared for that guy Noah. She would have forgiven me. If only...
If only. A common refrain between lovers who quarrel.
Yeah, fair enough.
Pierre Michel and Fräulein Schmidt both drugged Detective Locke's tea, causing the overdose. No wonder she had so much trouble waking up. Time to report my findings to her and book.
Okay then, wow. Damn, this is wet on me, what the heck. So it's not really doing things because my shirt is gonna be wet too, so... I actually brought myself a coat that's actually wet. Wow, what smart dummy I am. But, so we have so much that we find out. So Miss Michelle is actually a father, which is crazy. Now we have to say it to Detective Locke and everybody else. Crazy. So now they basically did a double dose of drugging Detective, and that's what caused her to be so sleepy, because it was a double dose of drugging her. And yeah, that's what happened.
So, my friend, tell me, you have something new?
Sleeping pills?
Mademoiselle Locke, I know who drugged you. Fräulein Schmidt and our conductor Pierre Michel both admitted putting sleeping pills into your tea. This explains your overdose. They are relieved you are recovering.
Michel drugged a passenger? On behalf of the company, I offer my apologies to you, Mademoiselle Locke. Michel will answer for this outrage.
Both of them? I was pretty sure about Fräulein Schmidt, but I admit that I did not suspect the conductor.
The Armstrong affair?
I have uncovered multiple connections with the Armstrong case. Pierre Michel is the father of Suzanne Moreau, little Daisy's nanny, and Monsieur Hardman was Suzanne's fiancé. As for Hildegard Schmidt, she was
the cook. Yeah, that's crazy also. What the heck?
What a coincidence, don't you think?
But it's incredible. What are the odds that so many people linked to that tragic affair ended up on the same train?
About the same as you winning the lottery, my friend.
I wasn't the officer who interviewed Fräulein Schmidt back then, so she couldn't recognize me here on the train. How could they know who I was?
There were other passengers who might have. Or she may have seen you when you visited the Armstrong home. It is now clear to me that some of the clues to this elaborate plot were staged for my benefit.
What did they want me to believe? The murderer got on the train at Vinkovci, killed Wretched and got off immediately. The murderer boarded the train at Vinkovci, killed Wretched and is still on the train. The killer got on the train in Istanbul, killed Wretched and got off in Belgrade. No.
That's the right answer.
But the murderer got on the train at Vinkovci, killed Wretched and got off immediately. That's impossible. Well, could be that. Could be that. Could be that. Yeah, right. But then the snow screwed us over. Right.
Some clues and information collected so far could lead to a hypothesis. The murderer boarded the train in Vinkovci.
Vinkovci, I don't know how to spell that.
Left the train immediately.
How did you come to that possibility?
Monsieur Hardman told me about a short man with a high-pitched voice who threatened Ratchet. Imagine for a moment that this man, wearing a wagon-lit conductor's jacket, killed him while Michel was on the platform at Vinkovci. This murderer then hid the conductor's jacket in Detective Locke's room, then fled before the train left.
Why choose Detective Locke's room?
Why, indeed. Let me re-explain from the beginning.
Yeah, but that's what they wanted me to believe in. But as do you remember how they all said we did that? None of them say like I did. Like it was we, and they always like get screwed over at that part. Like we did that, or like we did a specific thing. They don't say, they say like we and they say I. So they're always like mistaking in the convo about like basically telling you it's more than one killer or they are working together. But the coincidence, like he said, is all of them are connected to the Armstrong case somehow. She was the cook. He's the conductor, the fiancé. The Mr. Michel was the guy who was oh frick, sorry guys. The Mr. Michel was the guy who was the father of Suzanne Moreau, which is the nanny of Armstrong's daughter. Then basically they're all together, and even if I thought that stuff would not be, because the Mr. Michel was the guy who worked on the train for 15 years or even 35, I'm not pretty sure, I maybe missed the numbers, but it doesn't matter. He was working on the train for more than over 10 years, maybe even over 20 years. Why would you sacrifice your job and all that years of work time for a murder? And I think he did murder him too, because at the end of the day, Suzanne Moreau is his daughter. So that's what's up. That's crazy. Now we have to see what they want to believe me in, but I think there's more than one killer. I think there's a lot of them. So that's gonna be a crazy thing. I cannot wait to see the ending, but we're pretty close. We're getting it at the end. So murderer boards the train, this cousin's conductor. The murderer gets off the train. That's later. Pierre Michel gets back on the train, which leaves at 12:15. That's probably before the murderer left the train. The murderer leaves the knife. They're losing a jacket button in the process. Murderer gets rid of the jacket. Train starts going to midnight. Mr. Shed goes down to the platform. That could work. Murderer gets rid of the jacket. The murderer kills Ratchet and exits through Madame's Hubbard room. So he kills him, probably, then gets rid of the jacket. Or leaving a knife and then gets rid of the jacket. And then he comes back. Bingo! What a freaking detective I am. My little gray cells didn't let me down this time. That's what's poppin', boys.
Oui, that must be it. Everything fits so well.
It fits too well, my friend. Other clues lead to a second hypothesis, much more plausible.
There are several murderers who escaped to Vinkovci. There are several murderers who went to Ratchet's money. There are several murderers a lot later. I mean, third one is the most logical one, and it's all the passengers.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot. So, we have multiple murderers, all related to the Armstrong case. The murderer from Vinkovci was a fabrication to turn suspicion away from those on the train. They expected the investigation to be led by some small-town official who could easily be
Mr. Poirot?
Detective Locke, forgive me. You are an obvious exception. You tracked Ratchet with the tenacity of a bloodhound. Unfortunately for the killers, they not only had you to deal with, but now they had, and I say this with all modesty,
the world greatest detective, Hercule Poirot. That's what's up.
In the midst of their meticulous planning.
Multiple murderers? Multiple detectives? Poirot, please take pity on me. Who is linked to this case, and who is not?
My poor friend, I have gone speeding out of the station without you. I will continue.
Okay, who are the 9 people we know are connected to the Armstrong case? Arbuthnot, I don't think. Book, I don't think. I don't think. Mary, I'm not sure. Antonio for sure. Him. Her. Hector. Michelle. Ratchet. Schmidt. Edward. I'm missing some of them.
Good answer.
7 I guess. I need 2 more. Natalia Dragomirov. For sure. And Helena. Bingo! What a detective I am, guys. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? You don't see this every single day.
Pierre Michel, Monsieur Hardman, and Monsieur McQueen are all linked to the Armstrong case. I also know that Sonia Armstrong's sister and godmother, Countess Andreni and Princess Dragomirov, are on this train. And finally, Detective Locke discovered that Mr. Foscarelli was the Armstrong chauffeur.
Yeah.
We add Detective Locke and Ratchet.
the 12 passengers in that coach, 9 have a connection with the Armstrong case. What next, Poirot? Or should I say, who next?
It is time to summon everyone.
Summon everyone.
Dr. Constantine? The train crew other than Michel?
Dr. Constantine, yes. I will need him. But we don't want the others as witnesses.
I will see that their duties keep them occupied elsewhere.
Excellent. I have always thought this moment in a case is much like Rodin unveiling Tinder before a captivated audience.
That's funny. Nice, Jacob Pacho. Nice.
Way, detective?
No, Mr. Poirot. I'm happy just to slap the cuffs on him.
Well, there is some artistry in that as well, I suppose.
I
Where would you
suppose.
like the unveiling, Poirot? The lounge?
Perfect.
Then I will gather all the passengers in the lounge.
Okay, we have the gathering. That's crazy, guys. This is really crazy. I love it. I love it. And we are still stuck in the snow. Damn, it's a big freaking train, though, too. Go to the launch car. Okay, so now we have the main gathering. Sleeping Pills, go to the launch car. Also, I would love to save here and see if this is a new chapter, but I don't think this is a new chapter, though, to be honest. Save. Chapter 9. No, it's still chapter 8. Okay. Launch car is this way, if I'm not mistaken. Bar. Or I'm tripping, maybe I'm tripping, I don't know. I think it's before bar, though. Right? Or I'm wrong. I don't know. Okay, beautiful. All of them here. Damn. Solve the murder on the Orient Express.
Monsieur Bouc.
Damn.
Train crew locked in their quarters?
Yes, they are.
Then the stage is set for the final act. Ladies and gentlemen, I have gathered you together to hear my reconstruction of the murder of Samuel Edward Ratchet,
AKA
as Cassetti. There is not one, but 2 possible solutions of the crime. I shall put them both before you, and I shall ask Monsieur Bouc and Dr. Constantine here to judge which solution is the correct one.
2 solutions?
Mr. Poirot, I am hardly qualified.
Nevertheless, your assistance is required.
Damn. Crazy.
Now, you all know the facts of the case. Ratchet was found stabbed to death this morning. He was last known to be alive at 12:37 a.m. last night, when
Can we stop this, or we have to go all the way through this?
he spoke
Okay.
to the wagon-lit conductor through the door. His watch was found to be badly dented, and it had stopped at 1:15. Dr. Constantine, who examined the body, puts the time of death as having occurred between midnight and 2 in the morning. At half an hour after midnight, as you all know, the train ran into a snowdrift. After that time, it was impossible for anyone to leave the train. So, here is my first theory. The enemy, as Ratchet expected, joined the train at Vinkovsky by the door left open by Captain Arbuthnot and Monsieur McQueen, who had just descended to the platform. He was equipped with a wagon-lit jacket, which he wore over his ordinary clothes, and a pass key which enabled him to gain access to Ratchet's compartment in spite of the doors being locked. Ratchet was under the influence of a sleeping draught. This man stabbed him with great ferocity, 12 wounds in all. He left the compartment through the communicating door to Madame Hubbard's compartment.
Yes, that's so. Scared me half out of my wits.
The murderer thrust
Okay,
the
interesting.
dagger he had used into Mrs. Hubbard's handbag in passing. Without knowing it, he lost a button of his uniform. Then he slipped out of the compartment and along the corridor. He put the uniform jacket into Detective Locke's suitcase to cast suspicion on her. And a few minutes later, Dressed in his ordinary clothes, he left the train just before it started off again, using the same means for egress, the door near the dining car.
Okay. Damn. Why do I put
That
their
is
hands
the
down?
first hypothesis.
There's a
But
second.
second.
Okay.
That we must examine the motive for the crime. Why was Ratchet killed?
Okay, I would love to stop here, guys, and continue in the next episode, because I think this might be the end of Hercule Poirot, Murder on the Orient Express. This might be the final chapter, and I don't want to end it in this episode. I want to end it in the next one called The End, and I think I am right. But this is crazy because Hercule Poirot gave him a motive, gave him a first hypothesis, which could possibly lead to it. But he never said, like, hey, this is the thing, this is the stuff, this is it. No, he just did a resolution, and that's what happened here. So we will, guys, end it here. And there is also more to it. This is not the end, but I would love to see the entire resolution in the next episode, because it's gonna take us some time, about like a half an hour. So I would love to stop here with the motive of the crime. Why was Ratchet killed? Was the motive revenge over the money? I know it's the revenge because of the killing of the daughter of Armstrong's, but I would love to stop here and continue in the next episode with all of you guys here. So thank you so much for the support, love, and happiness. If you want to see, the next one is going to be 1.5 hours long, which is going to be crazy huge episode for us to finish and end. So I love you guys. Thank you for the support, love, and happiness. I adore you a lot. Thank you for watching this episode. If you have enjoyed, please hit the like and sub button. And this might be the end of Hercule Poirot, Murder on the Orient Express. It is not. We are still have like 2 hours of gameplay. But we are basically at the end. We are now at the end. We are basically getting the information about the death. Now we have them all in the room gathered, and we are gonna explain to them why the killing happened. Because I think Hercule Poirot already knows who did it. I'm still not quite sure who did it. I guess there's more of them. There's like a multiple killers, but who exactly? I'm not quite sure. Like 9 of them have motives to do it, and they are all connected to Armstrong's case, so that might be the case. But also one thing we have to do too is, if there is 9 wounds on his body from the knife, that might also result a killing. So I don't know what happens, but we'll see. Guys, thank you so much for the love, support, and happiness. See you in next one, probably tomorrow. Hit the like and sub button, and let's try to pass 11,000 subs before the end of the year. That'll be amazing. But we already passed the goal, and it's crazy how 9 of them are connected to Armstrong's case, which is such a coincidence. Who knows? Love you guys. Thanks so much. See you next one, probably tomorrow. Peace out and bye.